Hi, I'm Jason McAteer and you're watching the Redmen TV.
Hello and welcome to the Redmen TV. I'm in the Devil's Pit, I suppose. I'm with Sam from United People's TV. We're here to preview the biggest game of the season so far for any team, be it on the home shores of England or in Europe. I think this is the biggest fixture of the season so far.
By some margin. It's never happened, us against you in Europe, which I do find slightly strange, but I suppose it's not too strange. Any time we could have played you in the past, we seem to have avoided you. But in a season which has been relatively shit for you, pretty shit for us, this is going to be an adrenaline injection right to the heart of fans. And I'm nervous.
Yeah, same here, mate. I mean, we've just done a show over on United People's TV. We're going to try and do a little bit of a different show to that one, so do go and check that out, of course. It's youtube.com/United People's TV. But we're here. I want to get what you think Louis van Gaal is going to be doing on this game and how you think he might sort of set Manchester United up. So what Liverpool fans watching can expect from Louis van Gaal's Man United.
Well, we've had your number under Louis van Gaal. We've got 4 wins out of 4. Game against you at Anfield last time was it was a scrappy win. It was a 1-0 win, but they're sometimes the best ones because it riled your fans because we didn't feel like we deserved to win. And maybe we didn't, but Rooney took his goal. Rooney took his touch, and Rooney normally plays shit at Anfield as well.
He's not scored for ages then.
It was really surprising, but United are very much like Liverpool under Klopp. Jekyll and Hyde. There's 2 different versions of United, and you're never really sure which one's going to turn up. That's why we've been so inconsistent this season. But in the last couple of, last month, 6 weeks, ever since that Sunderland defeat, we've switched it up. We switched it up because of kids. We've played with a lot more pace than we had done previously. And that's sort of changed our playing style because under start of the season, we had our senior players with Van Gaal. He's got a very pragmatic approach to football. Short passes, minimise the risk, keep going. If you keep eventually going, a defender will come out, leave a space, attack that space. That's kind of his philosophy. So if you're disciplined in defence, you block that out completely. Klopp will know that. Klopp will set up like that. And he's got a pressing game anyway. And as teams have showed, I think it was Watford against us. Watford really went for our back 4. So we always play it out from the back. So if you can press on our back 4, you're going to force those centre-backs into kicking the ball out quickly. They're probably going to kick it long.
Well, who are the centre-backs that are going to be faced?
It all depends on who's fit at the time because we've had Smalling out with injuries, Jones is out with an injury, Rojo's only just coming back from an injury, Paddy McNair's not good enough to start as centre-back. We had Timothy Fosu-Mensah, 18-year-old Dutchman, made his debut against Watford. Brilliant prospect, had a strong debut against Watford, but this is Liverpool, Anfield, European night. That doesn't get any bigger than that. Would he be mentally ready for that? I'm not too sure. I hope Chris Smalling starts. He's going to be the linchpin for us, and I'll be very, very worried if he's not there because in a team which doesn't have many leaders, Smalling started to show those leader aspects. You can see him telling his players where to be, controlling them a little bit. David De Gea does that as such, but you can only do so much as a keeper. You can't come much further out your box. I expect us to come up with probably a pragmatic counter-attacking approach, and I think that's how we should go. It's European away nights. It's what we did every single time under Fergie. Under Fergie, we always play 4-5-1. Always sat back at the extra man in midfield and hit hard and fast on the counter. And we've now got the players to do that. Start of the season, we had Mata out wide, so we didn't have that pace. But he's moved into a number 10 role, really starting to excel. And then you've got Marcus Rashford came out on the wing against Watford. He looked electric. He's changed the game up there. You've got Anthony Martial as well, who's been phenomenal this season. Obviously scored his debut against you. That was, again, one of the moments of our season. If we can set up with that pace on the counter-attack and we can stay strong, it depends on whether our defenders are fit and who we can play on those wings. Because if we've got Memphis and Martial on the wings, maybe with Rashford up front, that's real, genuine counter-attacking threat. If we can do that, I think we can hit you. But I think your fullbacks are probably your strongest positions.
You reckon, yeah? I don't know. It depends who you're talking about. I mean, if John Flanagan's in there, for me, I love John Flanagan. He's a Scouser, and that's the type of fullback that I want to see. I don't want to see Alberto Moreno in this game. I don't think he's had a good season at all for Liverpool. Nathaniel Klein's a really good player. Really, really solid right back. Attacks when he's needed to attack. But it's. I think it's more about Manchester United, this game and how they set up, and I think Liverpool will be very pragmatic in their approach as well. I think it's going to be a real tactical battle, and one that I'm really looking forward to seeing, of course, and hoping that Liverpool can win. Score prediction, Sam?
Look, I think you're spot on. I think it's going to be a game of chess. I don't think there's going to be many people moving out of position. I think everyone's going to hold. Everyone's going to wait for somebody else to make a mistake rather than taking the risk, because the pitfall of if you're that player that fucks up that pass and Liverpool or Man United score, you're going to remember that for the rest of the season. And I don't think the fans will forget it either. This is the sort of games that fans will remember and talk about for years and years and years. Might be Europa League, but it's us in Europe under the floodlights. It doesn't get any better than that. I'm waffling. I'm going to go straight back to the prediction. I'm going 2-1 United. I think it's either going to be 2-1 or 1-0. I think both teams will score. I don't think our defences are good enough to keep each other out. Luckily, we've got De Gea in goal. You've got Mignolet. Advantage us on both sides there. So it depends if we can take advantage of that, because we should be peppering you with shots.
Yeah.
Problem is we haven't done that much this season. We've been very run it towards the outside. No one's really been shooting from outside the box. But I think we should change that against you.
Well, maybe you should. And I think for me, you know, you'll see on the rest of the content across the channel this week that I've gone for a 1-0 victory for Liverpool. I think we'll be playing it like a proper European tie. Be tight. I think we'll maybe just nick a goal. I'd love us to just, you know what, even if we come out of this with a 0-0 draw, I'd be absolutely made up with that. But do check out the rest of the content across the show, the more collaborations that we've done with United People's TV, of course, the Uncensored match build-up show as well. And don't forget to come back after the game to watch all the fan cams and all the post-match Man United content. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and give the video a big thumbs up.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think what he's got is this physicality, Aubrey, and the fact that it's a different, because Gerrard, my immediate reaction was to say,